Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from Carbinox. This is the Carbinox Titan Pro, a rugged smartwatch. This thing can take a beating, and I'm going to prove it to you today in my Titan Pro review. We've got how to set this up, the functions of the device itself, and then a few torture tests that I'm going to do just to see how rugged the Titan Pro is. All that in just a moment, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what you get once you get it out of the box. You're going to get some documentation here, user manual for the Titan Pro. Now, the newest thing that they've brought to their newer lines of smartwatches by Carbinox is being able to make phone calls and take phone calls directly from the watch itself. This is something that their older smartwatches could not do, but now they can. You can see here that we do have a full user manual for the Titan Pro. This is going to give you a great idea of how to get around the device itself and what all of your buttons do, how to hook up the charger, and of course it's all in English. It's well written out here, full color pictures to explain everything. And of course there's a QR code here to scan to get the DaFit app. Now you can use this on Android or iOS depending on what phone or tablet you're going to have this synced up to. But again, you've got all of your gestures here, all of the things that you would need. So hold on to this just in case you do need to reference it. Now they do give us a charging cable here. It's a USB Type A charge cable to a magnetic pogo pin. This will go to the back of the watch, and it can only go one way, so you can't mess that up. Now you can plug this into either your laptop or PC's USB, or you can use something like this, which is an AC to USB adapter that you probably already have from one of your devices. You do get up to 7 to 14 days of battery, depending on how heavy your usage is on the Titan Pro. So you're going to get quite a lot of battery time. Looking at the Titan Pro, it definitely has the rugged look to it. You're going to get some protection all around the screen. As you can see, two power buttons here. One is power, one is back. The Titan Pro logo and Carbinox logo at the top and the bottom. And it just feels very rugged when it's in your hand. Not that it's too heavy, it's just very well built and constructed to be a tough type of watch. On the back, we've got our sensors here for all of the things that you're going to need as far as your health sensors go. You do get a nice soft silicone band here that you can remove and replace if you would like to. Now on the back, we do have that dual pogo pin magnetic connector for charging your device. And of course, all your health sensors are here for your heart rate, your blood oxygen or SpO2. It also takes blood pressure as well. So you do have all of those sensors right here on the back. Overall, a nice rugged design by Carbinox for the Titan Pro. And we're going to dig into how to get it set up and more right now. Okay, so the first two things we have is a power button on the right, which is going to turn off the screen, turn it back on, and take you home. You also have a back button, and this back button is important because this can quickly get you into every app on the device just by hitting the back button while you're on the home screen. This is going to give you access to your settings. It's going to give you access to other things here, such as a countdown timer from 1 minute all the way up to 2 hours. You're going to have other things that are already pre-installed as tiles when you swipe to the right, such as your weather and other things as well. But this will get you to everything that's installed on the watch just by simply hitting the back button. Now, navigating around the watch is not too difficult. You're going to be able to do swipe gestures here. You can see I've got this basic home screen. There are several more that you can use by just holding down on the screen, and then you can swipe left or right to select some pre-installed watch faces. Some of them are customizable, some of them are not. And the DaFit app also has more watch faces that you can add to this as well. Now, I like this watch face. Shows me my calories burned, distance. It'll take me directly to make a phone call, check my messages, a calculator, heart rate, pretty much everything that you could use here. So if we did want to just quickly launch a calculator, I can do that right here. I can select my messages. Those are all right here, and easily get into any of these right from the home screen, which is really, really nice and handy to do if you're just looking to do quick things. Now, if you swipe from the left, you're going to bring up this little panel here that shows you your weather, the time. It's going to show you your messages, take you directly to the phone dialer, and a few shortcuts like that as well. So you do have that option also. The swiping down is going to bring us to our settings, theater mode here, showing whether you're connected to your phone, adjusting your brightness in different increments here, whether your phone using the built-in phone, as well as power saving mode, turning on and off the vibration of the device itself. Again, your remote shutter and your weather are all here as well. So you have all of these things here. Plus, you can dig even further and go into settings where you'll have brightness, the phone portion on or off, call reset, shake on or off. You can reset the device. You can get a QR code here to download the DaFit app, and you can also power off the device, of course, as well. Okay, so getting set up with the DaFit app, it's available for iOS and Android. I have the Android version here. We're just going to select Add a Device, and it's going to scan for devices. You can see the Titan Pro right at the top here. So we are going to set that. And as soon as we set that, it's going to ask you to make sure that you have all your permissions set, and it'll explain how to set these up as well if your device does not set them automatically. And it will also ask me for a pairing request, so I'm going to pair this, and now I am good to go. So when we go back into DaFit, it's that simple and that easy to get set up with your watch. All you have to do is make sure that Bluetooth is on, and you will be connected automatically. Now we can see here in the main page, we've got our steps, we've got our sleep, so it will track sleep as well and give you an idea of whether you have poor, good, excellent sleep, and you'll get scores for those. Your heart rate as well. As you can see, I've been doing some testing on this, and it works out really well. I'm going to do some actual on-screen testing and show you how close these heart rates and metrics are to other things like a fingertip pulse oximeter. You can see blood pressure as well. Now these came out pretty close, within a few points. SpO2 as well also came out within a few points of my fingertip pulse oximeter. Now here we've got a setup for working out. So if we go to our workout, we can do running, walking, and biking. We can set it by miles, distance. We can set it by time, pace, or calories as our goal, and you get it all in that map. It does have a built-in GPS, the watch itself, so it will track you. And then on the watch page, you can see that I've got my battery life at the top. I've also got watch faces here, and as I said before, I've got built-in watch faces, but I've also got a bunch of other ones that I can add in the watch gallery at the end. So if we go to the face gallery here, you'll be able to see that we can add even more watch faces if we would like to. So there's a ton of them in here. You can just select one and then apply it, and it will upload it via Bluetooth to your watch, and you'll have a brand new look. So it takes a little while, as you can see here, for it to sync over Bluetooth, maybe about 30 seconds or so. And as I'm talking here, this one will upload and I will have a brand new watch face for a brand new look. And again, it will suggest other watch faces for you as well. So if you see another one that you like, you can add that one as well. And there you go. There's my new watch face. If I want to change that back, I just long press that, find one that I like, and then I can just tap on it and to apply it, and it looks just great. Now I'm going to continue to use this one because I like how this one looks personally, but you can always change it up to do whatever you'd like. Now in notifications, I have phone and messages on. I also have others on as well because I don't really use Instagram too much or WhatsApp, but I wanted to have other notifications from my phone go directly to the watch. Now this watch will alert you of notifications, but you can't reply to them, so keep that in mind. But we can make and take phone calls on this as well. We have a find device here, and it will actually find the watch. The watch will make some vibrations for you to find that. You can set your alarms here. And we also have our remote shutter here as well. So now I can use the watch as a remote Bluetooth shutter for my phone. So what we'll do is we'll put Dr. Strange in the background here and we'll take a quick picture. And it'll do a quick countdown, and then it will snap the picture for me, and I don't even have to touch the phone. So that is awesome if you want to use the remote shutter application. There are a few other things here, adding favorite contacts, and upgrade, where you can check to make sure that your firmware is upgraded to the newest firmware. And you have others as well, where you're going to be able to look at things like time format, 12-hour, 24, your unit systems, your either imperial or metric. You can auto lock this anywhere from 5 seconds to 30 seconds. Quick view, control your phone's music, do not disturb, and battery saving. Your weather, which is also on this watch as well. As you can see from here, I can swipe over and I can check my weather, and you can see right there is my weather, and I can get that no problems, and it will update that throughout the day as well. You can change the temp system from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and of course where you're located. And then you can do health heart rate detection. You can have it off every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 30 minutes, that type of thing as well. You have reminders to move, drink water reminders, and cycle reminders for you female users out there as well. So overall, the DaFit app has a ton of different features in here that will keep you connected to your smartwatch. One of the biggest features that Carbinox has brought to all of their smartwatches now is the ability to make phone calls and take phone calls directly on the watch via Bluetooth. So I can go and look at my call records. I can, look at my contacts, and I can just call random numbers if I want to, which is what we'll do right here.
Please press 1 for English. For English, please press 1. Thank you.
And as you could hear, the watch was nice and loud. Everything came through, no problems whatsoever. It's got a nice dialer to it. Being able to take and make phone calls directly from the watch without even having to touch your phone is a great option to have. I did want to do some testing on this, especially with heart rate and things like that, to show you how accurate they are with other devices like my fingertip pulse oximeter. So tapping on measuring heart rate, pretty simple here. We're just going to let the watch detect and also let my pulse oximeter detect my heart rate at this point. You can see that I'm about 88, 89, 87, 88 on both devices. So this is going to be within a point or so of the other devices that I've been using to track my health metrics, at least with heart rate. Now let's take a look at our SpO2, which we can also do with this as well, so that we can see how well this matches up to my pulse oximeter. So you can see just how close these two numbers are. So again, we're going to make sure that we're taking a reading on the watch itself, and then we'll take a reading here on the pulse oximeter. Now, on the pulse oximeter, my SpO2 is 98 and my heart rate is 76. We'll see what the watch comes up with as well. So again, holding at about 98% on the SpO2 on the pulse oximeter. And in just a few moments, we should get this on the Titan Pro as well. And it should be right there at 98-ish% or so. And it did pop up at 98%. And I moved the probe on my finger here. So there you go, 98% and 98%. So again, pretty straight on for SpO2 as well. Of course, all of these things will show up in your section here in the DaFit app, and you can look at your trends to see where everything is. You can also manually start the whole thing, like we're going to do blood pressure right now, and we can actually press the button on the app, and it will actually launch on the watch, which is actually pretty cool as well. So that way, if you're relaxing and you're just kind of scrolling through your phone and you want to measure something, you can do it right from the app as well. So we'll see what it comes up with. The last one was about 128/70. So that's pretty close to where I'm usually at. I'm usually right around about 120/70, 75. So it's pretty close even with the blood pressure in my normal range. Now I would, if I got an alarming thing there, I would definitely follow up with a device or my doctor, but it's good for spot checking your blood pressure as well. This watch, the Titan Pro, is also waterproof. So what I want to do is I want to totally submerge this in water for 5 or 6 minutes at least, so that you guys can get an idea of will this survive if you, say, drop it in a pool or something like that, and you retrieve it later, will it continue to work? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run, and we'll see exactly how the watch acts after about 5 or 6 minutes totally submerged in water. Okay, so there we go. That was about 5.5 minutes totally submerged in water. So let's get the Titan Pro out here and wipe it down and see if we've got a functional watch after being in water for over 5 minutes. I'm not quite sure why you would have it in water any longer than that, but this is just a simple test to see if all the buttons are working, and as you can see, all my buttons are working. The touchscreen works no problem. It hasn't shut off on me or do anything like that. I can individually touch everything. The touchpad seems to be totally fine, and the watch seems to be totally intact and working 100%. So I'm definitely going to give this a pass on the waterproof test for the Carbinox Titan Pro. Now, another fun test that I really like to do on Carbinox watches is drop fairly heavy weights right onto the screen to see how well it will hold up under that type of pressure. So this is a 10-pound weight, and we're going to drop this right on the Titan Pro. You can see no marks on the housing or anything like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this fall directly onto the watch, and we'll see exactly what happens from there. Sure, I could run it over with a car or something like that, but I don't think many people are going to be putting this much abuse on their smartwatch directly onto the face of the screen itself. So let's take a look. And there you go. That was directly onto the screen of the watch. Again, if you're like maybe walking somewhere and you bang it against like a wall, or when you're turning a corner or something like that. That's the kind of thing that most people will be doing. But you can see here almost zero effect to the Titan Pro. No marks on the housing, nothing on the screen. Looks really good. No scratches, no dents, no nothing. So again, the Carbinox Titan Pro takes a beating from the weight that I dropped right on the face of the watch, and there's really no visible damage whatsoever. So there you go. That is my review of the Carbinox Titan Pro. Again, Carbinox has put together a nice, rugged package here for people who are very active. People that are going to be doing jobs that may cause damage to normal smartwatches will probably be pretty good to go with the Titan Pro here as far as durability goes. As you can see, I dunked it in water. A lot of weight smashed down on its face, and I had no damage whatsoever. Of course, your mileage may vary, but so far in my torture testing, I haven't really been able to do too much damage to the Titan Pro. The fact that they've now added phone calling directly from the watch, something new in all of Carbinox's lines of watches, makes this a tempting smartwatch for someone that works in a rugged environment. Overall, I like the app that is the companion app that goes along with this watch as well. It does a great job at keeping all of the information that this watch is able to produce in a nice package for you so that you can reference it and keep track of it. Being able to track your blood pressure, your heart rate, your SpO2, and of course all of your workout functions as well also make a big difference here. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with what Carbinox has done with the Titan Pro, and I'm definitely going to give it a thumbs up. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.